Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca from devourdinner.com. Happy Sunday and welcome to my kitchen. I'm excited to be here. I hope you are too. We're going to do a couple of fun and tasty recipes today that I'm excited to share with you. So welcome. As you join in, please say hello. Let me know where you're from. It's always fun to see where everyone is located all across the world. And so let me know where you're from, and let's make sure that our technology is working okay, that you can hear me all right. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. We're going to check and make sure we're live in both locations before we get going. Welcome. All right. As soon as I get the thumbs up on YouTube, we will. All right, I just got the thumbs up. We are live. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to go ahead and drop some links. Get my links up here so that we can jump in and get going. I'm seeing some hearts and some thumbs up, so that is fantastic. Welcome. I don't see any faces on here yet or comments. I might be the first comment today. There we go. All right, everyone. We're gonna dive in with two recipes today. One, I have just kicked off my summer series, which is called Beat the Heat. Turn off your oven and turn on your air fryer. So naturally, we have an air fryer recipe today. We're going to be making air fryer hamburgers, and I'm gonna give you all the tips and tricks that I use when I'm making hamburgers in the air fryer. Then we're also going to use our electric pressure cooker, the Instant Pot, to make a Deli mac salad. Now this is a more traditional macaroni pasta salad. You might remember a couple of weeks ago I made a Hawaiian mac salad, which is very mild in flavor, where a deli macaroni salad has a more robust flavor, and it's the more traditional macaroni salad that we're all very much accustomed to. So I'm going to be making that as well in the Instant Pot, and I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks along the way. But don't hesitate to put your comments or your questions in the comments. I will answer all of those questions live and help you at home so that you can make these recipes, whether it's right along with me or you can take notes and do it later this week. But it'll be a lot of fun. There's some faces. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Amy. Hi, Susie. Hi, Kathy, Catherine, Shar. Welcome, welcome. Let's give a big shout out to Amy from the Instant Pot 101 for Beginners group. She is the admin over there. And oftentimes we have many of her moderators that join in as well, along with many of my top fans. So if you're new here, welcome. This is a safe place to ask your questions and to learn how to use the air fryer and the Instant Pot or any brand of electric pressure cooker. It's just kind of a fun place to hang out and get your questions answered. But we are very grateful to Amy from the Instant Pot 101 for Beginners group. So if you have hopped on over from her group, welcome. I am Rebecca from devourdinner.com, where I focus on easy to make recipes for busy families using common ingredients. All right, that was a mouthful, lots to say. We're gonna start with the air fryer hamburger recipe. Now I've already dropped in the links, or in the comments, the link to the air fryer hamburger recipe. And you'll notice if you pull that up in a separate tab and you're following along with ingredients, that recipe calls for some ground pork and some ground sirloin, and you mix it all up with seasonings and breadcrumbs and form your patties. And it's delicious. That is a recipe you certainly want to try. Today, I'm going to use prime rib burgers. So these are burgers that have been ground from prime rib, and we're gonna season them up and use them as is, okay? The reason I'm showing you just a little bit different is I want you to learn how to use what you have at home. Maybe you have hamburgers at home, you have the frozen patties that you have left over in your freezer from Memorial Day weekend, and you want to use those up. Those burgers will work as well. And you'll notice in the description, the written portion of that recipe, it talks about if you're using frozen hamburger patties and how you adjust the time for that. So all the information is in that post depending upon what you're choosing to use. But like I said, I'm going to be using some prime rib burgers that we're going to season up. Now, I've got a couple of seasonings. I have the Wasatch Steak Seasoning from Redmond Real Salt. This is a newer seasoning. We haven't tried it, so we're going to try it on one of the burgers today. But we love Redmond's. You all know that. I do actually have a link for Redmond's that's good on all of their products. So from their salts to their seasonings, they have a new line of drink mixes too. You can use that code if you want. That is an affiliate code. Or the other one I'm going to use today is from Hay Grill Hay. And it is the beef rub, which is good for steaks or briskets or anything like that. This is one that I love. So we're going to season those both up, but I'm going to put on some gloves so I can handle these burgers really fast. In fact, let's go top down before I forget. There we go. So as you can see, I've got 2 patties here. And we're gonna do 1 patty. Okay, I need this open a little further. These are bigger pieces on this Wasatch. So this one over here is the Wasatch steak from Redmond Salt, and it has like some red pepper flakes in it. It smells absolutely wonderful. And then the beef rub is to me it's a little bit sweeter, but it's not sweet. It's just sweeter than the Redmonds. So I'm just gonna rub that around. I wanna get the seasonings on both sides because that's important to me. Before we put these in the air fryer. Now we're gonna cook these at 350 degrees, 360 degrees. Also works really well. And we're gonna cook these for 9 to 11 minutes. These are pretty thick. These are about 1/3 of a patty. So these are good size burgers. You can see they're pretty thick. Now, with the burgers, even though these are the pre-formed burgers and these are not frozen, these are fresh, I want to press a little divot into the center. Does anybody know why I want to do that? If you know why, put it in the comments. I'm just pressing a little divot right in the center. I don't want my edges too thin, but I just want a little divot. Then we're gonna pull our air fryer basket. We're gonna put these in. Now your air fryer basket should be able to hold 4 burgers. I'm only doing 2 today, but you guys can see what that looks like. And there's our burgers, all seasoned, ready to go. So we're gonna pop these in. I'm gonna do them at 360, and we're gonna do this for 9 minutes to start. The recipe says 9 to 11 minutes on the first side, and then we're gonna flip it over and go to the opposite side. We've got lots more people on here today. Michelle and Kathy, yes, those are all great answers. So the reason why I put the divot is for shrinkage. It also is because the center is the last to cook. And so have you ever noticed when you just have a big thick burger, the center almost even puffs up? Well, that's because it's taking longer to cook. So we're gonna thin out that center portion and make the outside a little thicker. That way, as it cooks evenly throughout the entire burger. Keeps your burger a little bit more flat. Very simple. Juanita, it keeps the juices inside and cooks evenly. That's absolutely correct. We want those juices kept inside. Have you ever watched somebody grill burgers on the grill and they take their big spatula and they press down on the burgers and all the juices come off and you hear that sizzle? Oh, it kills me. You don't want to press the juices out of a burger. You want to keep those juices inside of the burger. So keep that in mind. All right. Hi, Catherine, how are you? Hi, Susie, did we say hello? Hi, Jackie, how are you? There's a lot of different unfamiliar faces, so welcome. If you're new here, let me know that you're new. It's always fun to see new faces and welcome you in. I do go live almost every Sunday. We should talk about that, right? The last 2 Sundays. What happened? Did you guys notice? I hope you did. We had some definite issues. 2 Sundays ago, I had to go live from my cell phone, which meant no camera angles. I couldn't tell what was going on. It was a hot mess, to say the least. And we'd had a big windstorm that had kind of knocked out our internet, and it was really patchy and sporadic, which is what caused 2 weeks ago. Last Friday night, so a week ago Friday night, we've got lots of construction going on in town. They're redoing all of our highway systems, our on and off ramps, all kinds of stuff. And they cut the fiber optic line that went under the freeway. The construction company did. So on the holiday weekend last week, crews had to come out, drill a new line underneath the freeway, so 4 lines of freeway, to get that line in place, get it rehooked back up, and it took some time. Which is why I wasn't here last week either. It just was back-to-back problems, but we're all up and going. Our internet is back, everything is good, and we have a beautiful blue sky day here in eastern Idaho, which I'm thrilled for. Summer is going to finally come. Hi, Margaret. Margaret's new. Welcome, Margaret. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Let me tell you, questions are how we all learn, and everybody here started at the beginning, and I love to hit all the basics, and I love to give tips and tricks along the way. So in our air fryer right now is the air fryer hamburger recipe. If you joined in late, then you don't know that I was using prime rib burgers. So I just seasoned a prime rib burger up, and I put a little divot kind of in the center just to help for even cooking across the line. If you follow the recipe in the link, you'll be using ground sirloin, ground pork, seasonings, breadcrumbs, and you'll mix that all together and you'll form your individual patties so that you can cook in the air fryer. There's lots of different ways to cook hamburgers in the air fryer, obviously. Maybe you're using a frozen hamburger patty leftover from Memorial Day weekend, or that you just have in your freezer. Or you're using a fresh patty that was pre-formed, or you're making your own patties. This recipe works with all of them. And in the post, it outlines the differences between a fresh patty and a frozen patty versus a 1/4 pound patty and a 1/3 of a pound patty, because they will cook at different lengths of time. So make sure you look at all those details. It's all listed for you in that link over on my website. All right, that's off and going. Now, we're gonna let it do its thing. And we're gonna start the Deli Mac pasta. Now this pasta salad has been on my site for years and years. It is a fan favorite. I don't just say that to say that, it absolutely is. In fact, a number of you have made this for competitions and have won, which is so fun to hear. It's loaded with flavor. So this recipe, I just dropped the link in the comments, uses pasta. So we better get the pasta started, don't you think? Now we're gonna use the Instant Pot, and we're gonna use 8 ounces of pasta. So I'm using an elbow macaroni, and I have just measured out 8 ounces. Now you can cook this with water, or you can cook this with chicken broth. Why would I want to use chicken broth over water? If you know, put it in the comments. All right, any ideas? I love to cook pasta with chicken broth because the pasta will absorb the liquid inside of the pressure cooker. Normally when you cook pasta on your stovetop, you fill a pot with water and you put your pasta in and you cook away. And some of the water is absorbed by the pasta, but there's certainly a lot of water left over, right? Well, in your pressure cooker, you can add the liquid and that liquid is going to be absorbed by your pasta. So if you use chicken broth or vegetable broth, it will absorb those flavors, which means your pasta has a better flavor to it. Okay? Now, you can do this recipe without using chicken broth. You can use water. All right? And I'm going to show you that you can. Right? So I already have water in the bottom. I'm going to take 8 ounces of pasta and we're going to dump that in. And this needs just a little bit more water. So we're going to add a little bit more water so that we have enough. And then I'm actually going to add in some salt in this as well. I'm going to go ahead and use some Redmond salt just because it does help flavor that pasta just a little bit. And then we're going to start cooking it. Now, elbow macaroni is going to cook for about 5 minutes. What am I doing wrong? There we go. So we're going to set it using the plus and minus keys to adjust up and down to 5 minutes. Okay? We're going to close the pressure valve and back, and we're going to wait. We're going to wait for this beep. That beep is telling us that it has accepted the readings for our pressure cooker, and it's going to now start heating that bottom element inside of the pressure cooker. That bottom element is similar to on a stove of heating the bottom of a pan. So the bottom is going to start getting warm, and it's going to get it hot. And as it warms up, it's going to heat up the water that we have in our pressure cooker and bring it to a boil. As it comes to a boil, it's going to create steam, and steam will create pressure, and pressure will seal off the back of the pressure valve and the little pin will pop up. Then after all that is done, the front panel is going to change. Right now it says on, and it's going to change to 5, the setting we set it for. That'll be 5 minutes under pressure. Those numbers are going to count down in number. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and then it will beep. At that point, it hits a natural pressure release state, and we will open it up when it has 4 minutes. We'll let it naturally release for 4 minutes, and then we'll open it up and let the remaining pressure release. Pretty simple, right? Now, a lot of people say, why do you even bother cooking pasta in the pressure cooker? Just do it on the stove. Why would you do it any different? Who knows? Who knows my reasonings? Well, let me tell you. I'm a busy mom. How many of you at home are busy moms too? Do I hear some amens and you got it? Let me tell you, life is busy. I do not have time to watch my pasta on the stove. I now can set this aside and I can work on the rest of dinner, which is huge for me because I don't have to watch it. If it's on the stove, you can bet I'm going to boil that pot over and it's going to make a huge mess. We don't want to do that. So by cooking my pasta in the pressure cooker, I can work on other things and I can turn my brain off and I can just move on. So that is why I do it. All right, did you hear the beep? We're gonna check out these patties. Ooh, those look good. You guys wanna see, I bet. So we'll let you see. I've just got my tongs out here. It's a little dark in there, but you can see some of the juices running out of the top. Now remember, I only cooked these for 9 minutes when the recipe says to cook for 9 to 11 on that side. So I flipped them over and we're gonna cook them again on the other side at 360 for, I'm gonna do 8 minutes this time. And then we're gonna test them and we're gonna see where we're at, all right? Okay, back to our pasta. Guess what? It's magic. Look what I've got. Let's pretend our pasta is all cooked. Once the pasta is done and we release the pressure, we're gonna open it up and we're gonna drain our pasta out. And we're gonna rinse it under cool water and then we're gonna throw it into the fridge. We want that pasta cold, right? So this is the pasta that's cooked. We're gonna add to it. This is slivered carrots, about 1/4 cup of slivered carrots. We're gonna add to it about 1/3 to 1/2 cup of celery. The recipe also calls for green bell pepper, which I didn't have, but I'm gonna add a little bit of green onion into it as well. And then I'm just going to toss this together. You can add, of course, more celery, more carrots, whatever you'd like. And I want the rest of this celery in here, because I love the color. Look at that. Now, in a separate bowl, we're going to make the sauce. Okay? So I want you to use about a cup of mayonnaise. Now, here's the kicker. Please, 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 please do not use a generic brand of mayonnaise. Okay? Use a name brand. It makes a huge difference in the recipe. Now, of course, I'm eyeballing it because you know that's how I roll. So we'll start with that. The recipe also calls for about a tablespoon of mustard. Typically, you want to use a yellow mustard. Today, I'm going to use a Dijon. We're going to do that much. Then we're going to put in about a tablespoon of sugar, 3 tablespoons of white vinegar, and we're going to mix all of that up. Now we also can season with some salt and pepper. I am not going to add too much salt to the recipe, and the reason being is because, remember, I cooked my original pasta with chicken broth, and the chicken broth had sodium in it. So I don't want to add a whole bunch more salt, but you can. You want to season to taste. Okay, let's bring this back in. And now we're going to, let me just make sure, did we get everything? I think we did. Now we're just going to mix it all up. Now, of course, I love for macaroni salad to sit overnight in the fridge. And the reason I do is because the flavors are able to meld together and you get a much better flavoring. However, if you've chilled the pasta and all your mayonnaise and your mustard is already cold, you can mix this up and you can serve immediately. The other thing, if you're going to let it sit overnight, the sauce is going to absorb into the pasta, which means tomorrow you're going to need to add either a little bit more sauce or maybe even a tablespoon of like milk to help thin it down so it doesn't feel so dry. You might notice that in this bowl, I didn't use all of the sauce. I've got maybe 3 tablespoons of sauce left, right? The reason is because this will go in the fridge, and that is the sauce that I will put on it tomorrow when I pull it out to serve it. Make sense? And I'll just put that in a little Tupperware so I can add to the pasta, and it just helps to moisten and soften it up so that I'm not adding milk or just regular mayonnaise. But that is the Deli Mac salad. That is how easy it is to make. You can put it in a serving bowl. Sometimes it's fun to do a little drizzle of mustard on the top. You can also add a little bit of the slivered carrots. You'll notice that by doing that, it kind of pops it with color, right? Because macaroni salad is pretty mild, but if you add a little bit of those carrots on top, it helps give it dimension. We eat with our eyes first, and so it's just a fun way to give it a little bit more texture and dimension before you serve it. So easy. All right. We're gonna check on our hamburgers here. I'm gonna set that out of the way. Let's see, let's go back to face forward. We're gonna get that out of the way. Now, our hamburgers today. We've seasoned them with a little bit of Redmond salt, the Wasatch steak seasoning, as well as the Hay Grill Hay beef rub seasoning. My husband wanted to try this seasoning out, but I want to do a barbecue burger, right? So you can put barbecue sauce right on your bun, but it's cold. I like to brush it on my burger when we get to the end, right? So we're gonna check on our hamburgers here in like 2 minutes. We're gonna see where they're at as far as how done they are. And I'm gonna put some barbecue sauce on them and let them cook just a little bit longer. I also have some pineapple rings. I'm gonna throw those in the air fryer. Now you can add a little bit of brown sugar to the pineapple rings to make them kind of caramelized, or you can do the barbecue sauce on top as well, just to caramelize those up, or leave them plain. I like to leave them plain because I have enough sugar in my life that we just don't need any more. But you do you, it's all good. Then I've got some cheese that I'm gonna melt on top of the burger as well before we put it on a bun. Did I drop? I don't know if, oh, I did. I did. Okay, I'm gonna drop the Deli Mac salad link again. I'm gonna drop the air fryer hamburger link again. And I'm gonna drop the link for Redmond salt because there is a code that you can use. My code is Devour Dinner, one word, all caps. You can get any of their seasonings. They also sell like this seasoning kit that has a garlic onion salt, a seasoned salt, a regular salt. We love these packs. These are kind of fun as well. So there's lots of options you can do if you're interested in Redmond's. If you're interested from Hay Grill Hay, I don't have a coupon code, but you can go to her website. It's Hay Grill, Grill. Hay, because she grills. And you can pick up any of her sauces or her rubs. They're fantastic. Fantastic. Ooh la la. Now the bottom of this pan is dark, which will make seeing these burgers a little difficult. Oh yeah, we're there. Oh, we are so there. All right. I'm gonna throw some of these pineapples in. I'm gonna put 3 in there, and I know you at home are saying, why are you putting 3? Do you know why? It's because I love grilled pineapple, and 1 is never enough. All I'm doing is I'm basting this barbecue sauce right onto the burger. I'm gonna put some on those pineapples. And then we're gonna pop them back in. We're only gonna cook these for like 3 minutes, and then we'll pull them back out. Now, oh, we're doing good over here. Our pasta that we did start is in a natural pressure release at this point. So the natural pressure release, we're going back to the electric pressure cooker, the Instant Pot, okay? After it is cooked, after it cooks the whole time, it will beep at you. Oh, there, it just finished. So it's beeping at us. At this point, it goes into a natural pressure release state, which means little by little, the pressure is releasing from the pressure cooker. And we're gonna let that release for 4 to 5 minutes before we open the pressure valve and release the rest of the pressure. The reason we do that with pasta has starch. So inside of our pressure cooker, it's all starchy and bubbly. And if we opened that up, all that starch would spit out the top. It wouldn't be very good. It'd be a mess to clean up. But if we let it sit for a minute, those starches begin to settle, which allows some space for the pressure to be released without spitting it all out. That's as simple as it is. So we'll let that release for just a minute, and then we'll start opening up the pressure little by little. And if we have to, we'll close the pressure valve, doing a controlled pressure release, allowing more of those starches to settle before we open it back up. Pretty simple. All right. Where are we at today? Let's grab some buns. Should we toast our buns? What do you guys think? Peggy is asking me what barbecue sauce. All right, what barbecue sauce do you guys like to use? Now, I love Sweet Baby Ray's. You guys see me use Sweet Baby Ray's. I am still a fan of Sweet Baby Ray's. However, this brand I've just been exposed to it, and I'm kind of loving it. So this brand that I'm using today is called Blue Hog Original, and it comes in like a chipotle, raspberry chipotle, which I'm told isn't very hot or spicy, but just a nice sweet. There's a competition line of the barbecue sauce, which is also good. I do like just the plain original. I've gotten it at Walmart. Check your local grocery store. It's called Blue Hog. And it's nice. It's thick, very full of great seasonings, and it's kind of fun. Kind of fun. All right, here. We have got way too much going on. Did you hear that? That's our burgers. Ooh, those look good. Okay. I'm going to pull the burgers out. I'm setting them over here on the cutting board, but I want to get a little bit of butter. I didn't think this through real well. I want to put a little bit of butter on the buns, and I just want to toast them a little bit. So we're just going to try to butter these buns, and we're going to throw them in with the pineapple. You guys, I can't think and talk today. Are you noticing that? I'm struggling. Now, of course, you don't have to toast your buns. I like to. So I'm just doing a little bit of butter. I'm only going to be able to fit one in here right now. So I guess only one of us gets a toasted bun. That's okay. It'll be enough for you guys to see what's going on. Okay, guess what? This has been setting for 4 minutes. Can you see? So we're going to open the pressure valve, move your pressure cooker away from your cabinets, away from anything low hanging, and open up the pressure. If it starts to spit at you like little bits of liquid, just close it. It's that simple. Okay, just close it. Let those starches settle and then open it back up. We're just going to let it do its thing, and we're going to start making up our hamburger, because that sounds like a great thing to do. Let's see here. I have to really pay attention to what I've got going on and how I utilize my space. So let's add some mayonnaise. Oh, you know what we didn't do? You guys, we didn't melt our cheese. We gotta melt cheese on this. That looks great. Okay, I'm pulling that bun out. We're gonna put these back in, and this is what we're gonna do. Watch this. You guys are gonna love this. Watch what I'm gonna do. Okay, can you see what I've got going on in here? Now, we're gonna put this cheese right on top. And I'm gonna pop this right back into the air fryer, just to melt that cheese. Super simple. Now, while that's happening, we're gonna go back to our buns. We're gonna get mayonnaise on both buns now. And I'm gonna add a little bit of barbecue sauce as well. And then we're gonna spread that around. Here you go. So I toasted the buns. They're nice and warm and toasty. That will be perfect. I think this bun over here needs a little bit of barbecue sauce as well. What kind of toppings do you all like on your burgers? You like cheese? Do you like lettuce, tomato, onions? What do you like? I'm curious. I want to know. I've got some lettuce we can put on these burgers. We're gonna plate it up. We're gonna add some macaroni salad. I'm gonna slice the burger in half so you guys can see what it looks like from the side. Peggy says, ooh, yum. Juanita, yes, thank you. It is Blue Hog barbecue sauce. So, here we go. It's Blues Hog, B-L-U-E-S. Blues Hog. Original barbecue sauce. And I know it's hard to see from there, so there. How's that? That's what it looks like. It has cute little pigs in the background. Hopefully this helps you find it. Like I said, I purchased this at Walmart. So I know that they've got it easy to find. Oh, look at that. The cheese is all melty. Okay, I think this one's yours. You guys, I did not pay attention. I think. Oh, wait. We did that wrong. Hold on. That one goes here. This one goes there. Now we're just going to put this away. Put this away. We're gonna put a little bit of lettuce on top. I don't like a lot of lettuce. Did you guys put in the comments what kind of toppings you like? I find with this burger, by the time you add the pineapple to it and the cheese and the barbecue sauce, I don't like a lot of other flavors to it, especially where I've seasoned up the burger. But you could add onions, you could add tomato, you could add bacon. There's a lot of other things that you could add to this burger and it would be delicious. Just delicious. All right. I'm gonna give this a stir and we're gonna serve up. My plate got a little messy. And then we're going to slice up this burger so that you can see a cross cut of it. Because I want you to see how juicy it is. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, look at this burger. Uh-oh, there it is. Do you see that? Okay, we're gonna get up as close as we can. Now look, I'm gonna squish it. Can you see the juices come out? Is that great? It's cooked all the way through. That's the cheese melting down in. It looks amazing. But I want you to see this as a whole. Oh, I'm losing it. Let's get some contrast. It's amazing what a little bit of contrast does. There we go. See how you can see it now? It gets so washed out otherwise. All right, should we test it? I think so. I haven't tried the pasta yet, so I'm curious if I need to add salt or not. Nope. Perfect, perfect. The white cider vinegar gives those strong, robust flavors. Remember, you've got the good mayonnaise, you've got a little bit of sugar, so it helps take like the bite off of the apples or the cider vinegar. And then you've got the crunch from the celery and from the carrots. And remember, I also added in a little bit of green onion. This is the best deli mac. The best. All right, let's go for a bite. Look at that. All right, listen. We can't chat much longer because I want to eat. That is delicious. That is so good. This is a recipe that I want you guys to use. I want you guys to make. If you remember, let's see here, you guys. If you remember, I am working on a summer series, right? Beat the Heat. Let me grab it. Let me drop it in the link. Okay, remember, I started just right now this weekend. It's a summer series called Beat the Heat. Turn off the oven, turn on the air fryer. I am cooking dinner using the air fryer all month long. And I'm playing with recipes and trying different things. If you follow me over on Instagram, you will see last night I made teriyaki chicken kebabs, which are so delicious, so easy to do. It's always fun to have food on a stick. It's just festive and fun, super easy air fryer recipe that you can make with chicken breasts or chicken thighs. There's so much that your air fryer can do. So if you want to join that newsletter, go ahead and sign up. It is different than my regular email newsletter that I send out. But it's going to be kind of fun this summer. Now, I will be back next Sunday and I've got a surprise. Are you listening? Listen, give me some thumbs up. Give me all the different things. I got a surprise. I'll be back next Sunday. We're going to have another great live. We'll do an Instant Pot. We'll do an air fryer next week again. I'm going to have a guest here. I'm not going to tell you who the guest is. I know that that's, clickbait, leading, whatever. But come back next week. See who my guest is. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I can't wait. And we'll do something else really great. In the meantime, thank you for supporting me. Thank you to Amy from the Instant Pot 101 for Beginner Group and all of those who have hopped on over. Those of you who are new, again, welcome. This is a safe spot to ask your questions. If you're watching this video on the replay, leave your questions. I'll circle back around and answer your questions too. I hope you've learned some fun tips and tricks, and I hope you're excited for all the fun summer recipes that we've got. If you've made these recipes or when you make these recipes, go back and leave a comment on the recipe. Let me know you tried it. Let me know what you think. Did it work for you? What did you love? I love to hear the feedback. If you take a picture, tag at Devour Dinner so that I can see those pictures. I love those too. Invite a friend. We'll be back here next Sunday, same time, same place. In the meantime, happy June. Have a great month, and we will see you all later, right? I see a bunch of comments. I want to make sure. Peggy, Peggy says, you know it's good when you do a food dance. Listen, I want another bite, okay? Like this cheese, look at it. It's like all melty. It's like perfect. That's what I love about the air fryer is all those juices stay inside. Like we love to grill. We love being out on the grill. But a burger needs to be on the grill. You can cook a burger in the air fryer, but sometimes when you cook it on the stove, it just dries out. No, use your air fryer. I promise you. Listen, I gotta go because that's delicious. Have a fantastic week. Big hugs to all of you. We'll see you next week. Remember, special guest next week. We'll see ya. Bye.